Today we are off to Burghamstede in Zeeland, a province with a very sad and also historic history. I'll tell you more about that in just a moment.
In January of 1953, a tidal surge shook the North Sea. The titanic waves flooded the Dutch coastline, killing almost 2,000 people.
I just cannot begin to imagine how devastating that flood must have been. Now, of course, we have lots of changes in the weather these days, but you know, there've been changes on and off over the centuries, and I think the world wouldn't be the world without it. But floods like this are so devastating, and every time there's a flood somewhere in the world, I think back to this flood here in 1953. So this year, at the end of this month, it'll be exactly 70 years, and a lot has happened since then.
54 years later, a similar storm threatened the region, but this time, the Netherlands were ready. As the water swelled, state-of-the-art computer sensors activated emergency protocols. Over the next 30 minutes, a pair of 240-meter steel arms swung shut, protecting the channel ahead. Using 680-ton ball joints, the barrier moved in rhythm with the shifting wind and waves. By morning, the storm had passed with minimal flooding.
To improve the protection of this area, because not only the Netherlands was affected by this particular flood, Scotland, Belgium, and I did have a look it up, even in England itself, there were problems because of the surge in the water levels. So I'll put a link to two particular videos in the description, and I would advise you, urge you, or just have a look at those two videos. There's certainly a lot more online, but it will give you a lot more idea of what happened at the time and what's happened since then. Now, we love Zeeland and we go regularly to visit these friends. And I have posted the odd video on Zeeland, so I'll put the link in the description as well. But we just had a lovely visit and a bit of a look around. We had a couple of days to ourselves while our friends worked. They have now recently closed their shop, and we've been invited to spend a bit more time with them, and now we can actually go and do things together. So I'm looking forward to that this year. In the meantime, just enjoy our wee short break in Burghamstede and surrounding areas. Like I said, it's always fun with those friends. Once back in Dordrecht, Len and I had a serious talk about when it would be appropriate for me to go back and visit my children. I couldn't wait. The thought alone was exciting, and it had been such a long time since I had seen them, so we chose the date. Exciting things were going to be happening, and I wanted to be in New Zealand on time so I could share those moments too. Travel agent, here I come. Good morning. Well, it's morning. It is 2 minutes to 7 on the 1st of September 2020, and I have an announcement to make. This evening at 9:50, I will be boarding a plane and I will be going to visit my children and my grandchildren, obviously. So, you know, I have a son in Australia as well with his family. So I'll be popping over there too. Mind your step. nearly at the gate.